Okay, so we have our live stream going, and today I'm working on Loren's L-shaped configuration. This is where he took a 40-foot shipping container and a 20-foot shipping container and made an L-shape barn. I say L-shape, you can't really see it, but if I turn off the roofing right here, metal roofing, you can see he's using pole barn trusses also, which is kind of cool. But you can see there's the L shape. There's one container. There's the other. He's got these trusses that are a specific length, so we're having to leave a gap there, but we are closing it in with siding and trim. This will be hardy fiber cement 4x10 or 4x9 sheets, and with batten strips. Fighting a little bit of congestion today. So one of the issues we've run into is how to close off these soffits, because we don't want critters flying up in here. There's going to be enough critters in this barn anyway. We don't want to just invite them. So I think I've come up with a way in my head. The gables will be easy. I think I'll start with them. So what we're going to use is just some 24-inch. Let's see, how far do I have this hanging over? Yeah, 2 feet. We'll use some 2 feet wide hardy fiber cement, or really whatever you want to use. I like hardy products because they're durable. So I'm going to come down here and I'm just going to draw a big rectangle first. Then I'm going to move this over here. 2 feet. I think 2 feet will work. We're going to find out. And this hardy material, this soffit material, is 5/16 thick, but it's nominally 3/8, so we're going to draw it 3/8. And then I think it looks better if I'm drawing this on top first because it's going to be easier, obviously. If you're wondering why is he doing that. Then I'm going to have it come down here and be flush with that. And it comes in 12-foot pieces. Now you can get LP Smart Side is a product that's like an engineered material, and it comes in 16-foot pieces. Let's see how long these are. Yeah, well, 1610, so it doesn't matter. It's not going to really save you anything to go to that, but in any event, we're going to show the soffits. And actually, what's going to be interesting to see is if this will fit or not. And I think I'm going to triple click on this, create a group. And I'm going to take it and put it right there, and I want to see where it ends up. Yeah, that's going to work out just fine. And since I drew it on top instead of the bottom, it's a little longer, so I'll just adjust this. Now I can take and copy this piece around. Get up here where I can see. And I'm just going to hold my control key down and use the rotate tool to copy and rotate at the same time. And then I'll put this right there. And they'll just come up and, ooh, look, that one didn't quite get where I wanted it. They'll just come up and kind of touch each other. I don't know why they are the same thickness. They look different thicknesses, but it's a optical illusion. There we go. You'll just let the corners touch like that, and then you'll caulk that, and you don't really miter fiber cement. It doesn't miter very well. Try mitering concrete board. It's not easy. So that length turned out just right. Did it? Probably a little bit long, but I'm gonna fix that right now. Just gonna make sure it's flush with that. And then I'm going to copy these two pieces. I'm doing these gables first because there's no blocking required. And let's see here if I can. I'm just going to bring them over here first, then I'll grab them on a reference point. I'm copying them because I'm going to go down here and get to where I can see this edge. I'm going to lock my axis and just go to there. Yeah, that's right. Let me see if I've got any commenters. No commenters. Oh, don't be boring today. So that's my two gable ends. Let's see what the front looks like. This is my view I set up for the working drawings. It's just, where is my, oh, that was weird for a second. I didn't see the soffit. Oh, I see. This is something weird that SketchUp does, where you can see through materials sometimes, and I'll have to set the, I'll have to update the view so that doesn't happen. Right. So you can't see it from there. The back. And then I have this, these are like the views you'll see on the drawings, but I have a working style I like to where I can see the materials, the colors. It helps delineate. So now I'm going to turn off the roofing again, and I'm going to have to put some blocks in here. See if they have anybody. This is a live working session, so I get it if nobody comments, it's okay. I'm gonna, is that right? Yeah, I'm just gonna draw a block. Five. And I'll reverse that face because it looks weird. And then we'll make a group out of that. And we'll make it look like our wood. And then I'm going to push it down. What we're going to have to do is put a block on each side of our trusses. Right down there on the edge. Oops, sorry about that. that right? No, sometimes you think you're looking right, and this 3D space takes a little bit of getting used to, honestly, because there we go. Now I'm just going to have to space these out on either side, you know, of these trusses. These are cups, they call them, that hold your purlins, and they're welded. They're welded to the bar joists, the bar truss, the pole barn trusses, steel trusses, so that every couple of feet, every 2 feet or so, you got a cup, and then your purlin sits in that, and it's got screw holes, and you screw it in there. But what I'm going to do is just put and then I know that these trusses are on 10-foot center, so I can make myself a group of both of those blocks, and then I can copy 10 feet times 2, and I should have, yeah, a group of blocks on either side of my trusses there. And this truss is set in a particular place, and I've gone over that with Loren already, the owner. It's set back it's set back to allow the wall, the gable end wall, to be flush. See, this post is 5.5 inches wide, and the wall is 3.5. So this truss is set back. It's 2 inches from the corner. So we'll have a block there and there. And see, that'll catch this block. Well, what is that? Oh, that's the corner board. That's funny. I gotta fix that. That's after I get this soffit in, I will fix that. So I'm thinking on this, I think we can use 16-inch. Well, it's not going to be wide enough, so we'll have to use, you'll have to rip this down. Or what is a good way to do this? Let's create a piece of soffit. Well, yeah, let's create a piece of soffit right quick, and then we'll right, yep. I'll triple click it, 1, 2, 3, and make a group, and then we'll just put it under here and see what happens. Get down there. So the idea would be to, yeah, that'll work. Rip down a piece. You see, this wall is not going to interfere. See, and I'll have to point this out to Loren. If you build this wall flush with the top of the post, then you can slide that piece of soffit up to where it extends up to this first purlin. This is your overhang, your fascia board. Excuse me. So then I can just slide this. Now the only weird part about this is, you're only going to be able to take it to the truss there. So you got a little weird situation here that you'll just have to work out in the field. Where you'll have a piece, that you'll have to put in there like that. So I'm going to show it. I'm just going to do it like that, just for the drawing's sake. But just know that you're going to have to cut this around that. And of course it'll stop. What we'll do is we'll show it stopping and then starting again. Forgot to copy. And this one will butt right there. So the LP Smart side might be a better choice because you can route it out for these little places where the thickness of the metal's in the way. And then this will stop. Put this back here like that, and then I should be able to copy. So you see this little the thickness of this cup, because the fascia, this purlin that makes your fascia, is sitting in that cup, and that cup is probably 1/8 of an inch thick. You'll have to kind of route out the corner of the soffit material. Now if I copy this 10 feet, will it fit? Should. 10 feet. Yeah, and then times 2. Times 2. There we go. So it's going to be a little bit of weirdness, but around these brackets, but you know, it's not that bad. You've only got, you know, 5 trusses to deal with, so it's not like it's not a tragedy, as we say in construction. This one, I'm just going to show this coming over to here, and you know what you have to do. But that's why I have a block. Oops, where's my block? Here we go. I have blocks on either side of the trusses so that you can nail those pieces in. You'll have something to nail. See, right there. Let me zoom in so I can see. Right there. And then really I would put one, I'd probably put one halfway just for the fun of it. I mean, if this was a house, I'm going to copy, and I'm going to paste in place, and I'm going to move it. If this were a house, we'd put these, you know, every 2 feet. You know, you could just put, if you want to put one in the middle, you know, of each run. I thought something was weird. I thought that looked weird. Copy 2 of them, so I should have one. Yeah. So I mean, that's a minimum number of blocks, and it should be fine. If you feel, you know, if you want to put a block every 2 feet, that would be really copacetic. Okay, so I'm going to copy all this stuff. I'm going to actually make a group so I can put this on the other side. If we have any questions or comments. Hey Richard, how's it going? Thanks for watching. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create a component out of this, and because if he says no, go ahead and show it this way, then I'll just have to fix one side and the other side will fix itself, which is a smart thing to do. Let's see if I can mirror it. Yeah, see. -1. And now, even though it's mirrored, if I change the other side, it won't correct itself over here. Or now I just need to get this point all the way over to, let me get my axis locked, shift, and to here. Is that right? Why does it look overhanging? Oh, that's just the group line. This is right. I click off of it. Yeah, it's correct. So that is your soffit, and that'll keep all the critters out and just make it look better. Now this siding will just go up to it, so but your wall doesn't have to. Let's see, how can I do this easily? The wall doesn't have to go up. This stuff will cantilever that far, right? So really all you have to do is, let's see, just run your siding up to where it touches. And because I only went up like I don't know, an inch. I'm still not there, am I? Well, it looked like it went back. Well, that's bizarre. I thought I was raising it up. I need to figure out what that is, what that amount is. It looks like I'm raising it up, but it's not going up as far as I want it to. It's an optical illusion. Sometimes this is just frustrating. Where is it? Yeah. So you'll run the siding up and then all these little battens. Let's see, how can I do that easy? I should be able to use my tool from Medic, extend, and just select this, and then, oops, I guess I'm going to have to go and select, this might be easier to just, yeah, that's not going to work. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna push him up and then extend him down. Like that, and then I can just grab them all. Grab all the bottoms. Yeah. Sometimes do it manually, like that. I could have done the whole thing that way, probably. Let's see. I go too far? It's not. Well, gotta get to where I can grab them all at the same time without grabbing the tops. There we go. So what happened to my, oh there. There we go. Let's see what our right side looks like now. Not too bad. What is this mess? Oh, this is that mess where the corners didn't meet. What am I grabbing? I want this to come over. I need to group that. I'm afraid I'm gonna grab other stuff. I really wanted those to meet at the bottom. We'll just make it so. Make it so. Let that come over. That's weird. It won't move. That's weird. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is move this down. You'll just have to, this is that situation where, oh no, it'll be fine. Because it comes out past the, it comes out past this lock block thing. Get rid of that little line. This is weird. Right here, I think This is going to have a piece of trim. Get back out and see where I am. See if they have any more comments. All good. Hens cleaned out. Cars. Well, that's good, Richard. I hate to hear that you're out of work. That's depressing, to be honest with you. This right here, is that a group? Oh. What's that? I'm going to make a little corner here. Let's see, how do I do this? I want this to be turned the other way. Rotate. And then I think it has to come over probably 3/4. Yeah, because that's the thickness of the corner. It'd be nice if it lined up with that, wouldn't it? Let's just fake it and pretend like it does. That way it won't drive me crazy. There we go, much better. And the door still should open. That's just one of those little details you got to work out on the job. You know, you don't want to get too anal with it in the drawings, because it's not something you can control. You just have to draw it the best you can and hope that oh, this was another situation like that right here. I don't have the jams in here yet, so I'm going to draw myself a little jam just right here. Why did that not? Should have given me a face. Three-quarters. Oh, that's weird. This will need to kind of go over close to the door, but not. And you'll get close to it, but then you'll have weather stripping that finishes out the gap. You don't want the door rubbing your jam piece. And then I better go ahead and make this a group. And I had let this stick down so there'd be a 1/4 or 3/8 reveal there. And this is going to go back here to oops. How's that not? Why is it acting weird? Why is that acting weird? Let me just slide the whole thing back. There we go. It's acting strange. I can't get back in that recess to see it, so I don't know exactly what I was grabbing. But I know this will come over here and go in here probably another inch or so. See if I can do this side without it acting weird. Yeah, this side's not acting weird. Oop. Right there. Now that's your trim piece right there. And then you'll have one see, I can just kind of gonna work?
Yep.
Right, Larry said, be careful. Alex is working today. He's a hard worker. Really proud of him. He loves making money. He's turned into a money-making little fool at work. I didn't think he was going to like it, restaurant work, but he's making tips out the wazoo, so I really can't complain. And he's having fun. His friends work there, so what are you going to do? Oops. I know this has got, let's see. How's this going to work? My nose is all stopped up. I can't talk. Checking for comments. This really won't be mitered. I don't know. That extension shows it that way. That will come out. 3/4, or is that an inch? Yeah, that was an inch thick piece, which it won't be, so I need to fix that. It needs to be flush with that. It's 3/4, and then it should come back here and have a reveal on this of like 1/4. There we go. Sketch that new where I want. Oh, like that. And that piece I think is too long, so I'll have to grab it. Where did it go? Should be coming up like 1 foot. Did I grab it? How long is that thing, man? I don't think. Let me turn off the grade for a second. I don't know where the bottom of it is. Oh, there it is. So just being a little more patient. It was coming up, I just couldn't see it. Right there. Now in real life you'll want to set that up off the concrete like 1/4 or 1/8 of an inch at least, and then caulk it. You don't want any of this trim sitting on the concrete. So really I could copy this. Is this miter too? Yeah, I'm just going to delete this one. And then I'm going to copy these two. But yeah. I'll have to figure out exactly. I got groups going all over the place. This goes here and then out a quarter to 3/8, and then I make a group out of these two. Let me get this out of this other group. Cut, back out, get out of it, paste in place. Now I can put these two together. Yeah. Group them. And let's just move it over to where, and that would come back 3/4 like that. There we go. That's tidying up the trim. Around the garage door. Looks much better. We got our soffits. Now if you really wanted to dress this up, you could put a fascia over this, but you know, and yeah, the reason I would suggest that is because you're going to have water. Well, if you have this drip, if you do this properly and you have your edge trim, your rake trim on your roof kick out like that, if you'll buy actual rake trim, it'll have a little kick out at the bottom and it'll drip, the water will drip away. But you don't want the water running down this sub fascia down the edge of this soffit material. So it kind of snowballs. You know, when you start trimming things out, you sort of create a monster. So now you say, well, now I got to do fascia boards. You know, so you don't have to. And if I was going to do it, I would probably set up, you know, some just masonry scaffolds here and probably shim out this fascia board around these cups. You see, that's what I mean by, you know, snowballing. Because then if you're going to put a fascia on here, it's going to be lumpy unless you shim around, you know, shim the whole fascia board out for these cups. You know. So let me know what you want to do about that, Loren. And let's turn our grade back on. It looks funny without our ground, doesn't it? Or our footings hanging down. Excuse me. Any more questions? So I think that gets this one to the point where I told him I would get it as far as the siding and trim, and we'll just have to figure out what else is needed or wanted and go from there. And I'll be working on the drawings in the meantime, setting up my sheets. And the way I do that is I just get these views properly set up like that, front, right, back, left, and then whatever other details like wall framing one. Now this was, yeah, something I need to put the soffits in a layer and the siding in a layer so I can set up these views where the framing is done. but it's coming along. So that's the but that's the soffits. That's what this video is about. And so Loren, check that out and see what you want to do about a fascia. I mean, it's not, you know, the thing about it is what you could do is you could have this front gable wrapped with fascia metal. Like you could almost have a someone make you up a metal fascia that comes down and hangs down that far, and it has the little kick out past the soffit, and that would take care of the front and back. And then over here you would just let your roof metal hang over far enough to where it wouldn't drip back, you know, because it will drip back. You'd probably have to let this roofing hang over 2 inches, because water is funny, because it'll run down and it'll run uphill even just a little bit before it drips. That's a lot of water issues are caused by the way water drips, especially if it's horizontal. Water will just come down, run back, you know, and then drip. So not a lot, you know, it's, you know, quarter of an inch or whatever, but it will do it. That's why we have these drip edges. That's why on your fascia, your rake trim, you'll see a little kick out like that. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Let's see if I have any other quick questions. Run up with the wind. Yeah, especially the wind. You're right. It doesn't take a lot of wind to get the water at that hydrostatic pressure. I'm not a physicist, but I do know water. It drips the way you don't want it to. But anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks, Richard, for hanging out, and I'll see you on the next one.